Okay, I got a malfunctioning washing machine. Not turning off. Take it out. What I'm not going to do is turn it off at the breaker, so I did that. Turn the breaker off. To get into the controls here, what I want to do is remove the timer and see if that's in the right position. What we got to do is pull this little tab down and then pull the controls forward. Same on both sides. Back here on the timer, it's got this little black post. What we want to do is pull that little post out. There we go. So pull the little release tab out. There it is. And then we'll pull the timer knob off and take a look. Make sure this is set in the right place. It appears like it was. But anyway, it's got a larger slot, and that larger slot needs to line up with the larger slot on the post here. So there's that. And then we put our keeper back in on top. And the little rounded side goes towards the left, and it just presses into place. Now our keeper's back in. So look for any other wiring out of line here. May just be a bad timer. Time for a new timer. Oh man. Turn the breaker back on. Nothing turns off, period. That's not good. Okay, turn the breaker back off. Okay, pulling this all apart. Looks like our wiring harness is bad. The timer also. Timer, and wiring harness. All kinds of fun. Okay, get it going. Okay, so I got a new wiring harness. Gonna go ahead and change that out. Gonna unplug the machine. It's slightly tricky because it's behind the vent there. Got the breaker turned off also, but I want to unplug this one. Or I can use my circuit alert device here. Prove that we have no power going through here. Which we don't. But I think I'm going to need to unplug that thing anyway. I got it. Alright, there's the plug. Okay. Okay, so now the joy of changing out the wiring harness here. So we have no power here, and so we can disconnect everything where this goes. So we've got brown, red, and purple here, and we'll want to kind of mark our colors so we can remember things here. Okay. So these are quick plugs here. So there's the big one, and then two little red ones. So I'll just mimic that. Big one. Okay, so I got my two red leads hooked up here to this one. This little capacitor, and then the quick plug right back here. So that's all set. Okay. Now we've got a quick plug harness right here. So change that out with this one here. Just position everything nice and neat here. Get rid of all the dust here. I'm going to plug right down into that socket there. On that, there's only really one way for it to go. And then our quick plug here going into our timer. There's that. Just gonna need to push that over and in until it locks into place. There it is. Beautiful. Okay, and now we're gonna need to mimic these wires. And this is like the fill sensor right here. So we got brown on top, red in the middle, purple on the bottom. Sorry for the jumpiness, this is not exactly a one-hand job here. There's our wires. I'm just gonna carefully slip the leads off here. Brown, red, brown, red, purple. Okay. Now we got brown, red, purple. So we'll go at the bottom. Let's go with purple first, red second, and then brown. So brown, red, purple. We're good. And now just the ground wire. It's the final little spot here. It's right here. And now our harness is free. So out with the old and in with the new. Here's that one. And I'll come back and take a blower, wet dry vacuum, and blast this all out. Clean it all up. Here's our ground. The ground wire. Okay, now we're all set, ready to test it out, and hopefully our timer's okay. If not, we'll need to replace the timer, but I'm pretty sure it's okay. I think it was just the wiring there. I had basically joined two different slots down here. Show you here, it had melted apart and the wires were touching, making contact. So, yuck. Okay, I'm ready to test it out. I'm going to turn all the breakers out before plugging it in. Come over here. Turn the breakers off. Now I'm going to plug it in. Make sure this is off. It's off. Plug it in here. And we'll reset breakers. Oh, shoot. Nope. Okay. So we got a bad timer. Okay. So now replacing the timer, we'll pull the wiring harness off, got the deal off again. And it's got just this one screw here that holds it in place, and then the rest is anchored by some feet, and you just slide it over and pull it up. No big deal. So there's our timer. And when you put the new one in, just be careful not to tighten this screw down too much, because this little, it's only just a tiny little piece of plastic, so just snug is good, but don't over tighten it, because it's really easy to break that for the timer. Alright, put the new one in, get things back in order.